Mayfield put it in the air. Portland with the first possession. It gets very quiet here. Duckworth scores from outside. Kevin Duckworth has the Blazers on the board, and they lead 2-0 early going. Dawkins. Kaminsky slices down the lane and catches. Hawk up top. Faked the pass, now fires, missed it. The rebound, Duckworth. The outlet is for Porter. His game has really improved the last 2 seasons. Raising up from outside. Bang, down the well, Jerome Kersey.
It's amazing when you come down on the break, you look for the big guy. Kersey can shoot it from out there. The first play for Portland, they looked for Duckworth on an 18-footer on the right side. So everybody on this starting lineup for Portland can definitely shoot the ball from the outside, except for maybe Buck, and he's been working on it. Got to work a little bit more, though.
Never known as an outside shooter nor as a free throw shooter, but he can get it done inside. He loves to play against Charles and vice versa. Really a battle as they lean on each other down in the low post. This is Barkley over Williams. Bingo. Baseline jumper. Charles Barkley over Buck Williams.
And you were saying before the game a little bit that Charles really respects Buck Williams because he plays him so tough, and he'll make Charles do things that he doesn't normally like to do.
But it's hard and it's physical, punishing each other, but very clean. A lot of respect on both sides. Dawkins raises up over Porter from outside and scores. And we're at 6-4. The Blazers by 2 as the two clubs, like two boxers, just kind of feeling each other out. Duckworth baseline. Falls down as he goes into the lane, bounced it out to Drexler. Baseline jumper, nothing but net. Kersey again. Kersey 2 for 2. And it's 8-4.
That pass from Drexler to Kersey was probably something you may have not seen last year or the year before. This year he's playing very unselfishly, and he is a good passer. He got the ball over to Kersey for the 2.
Charles deep in the corner, missed that, and the rebound comes off to the Blazers. 1 and done, and Portland runs. Gunned underneath it for Buck Williams, took his eye off it, and Rick Mahorn, a good job as he reached in and kind of poked it off of Buck. And on the turnover, the Sixers got it back.
You won't see Terry Porter make too many turnovers. His assist-to-turnover ratio is very good this year. He's a little bit better than 3-1. He doesn't make too many turnovers.
Mahorn, and that's batted away, and Kersey tried to save it and was out of bounds, and they're going to rule that it was off Rick Mahorn. Well, that didn't really. Yeah, he was on his foot on the line, I guess is what they're going to rule, not off of Mahorn. Barkley loops it cross court, and Dawkins controls. Johnny from outside, off the heel of the rim, heavy, and the ball run down by Buck Williams and then poked out of bounds by his former teammate, Mike Kaminsky. But the Nets, here we go to New Jersey again. You look at Buck Williams, Mike Kaminsky, that's 2/3 of their starting front line that was in New Jersey.
Can you imagine if they would have those two players a day? They've made some awful decisions in New Jersey, I'll tell you that.
Buck Williams against Mahorn. Buck leads it, blocked by Rick Mahorn. Great defensive play by Rick. Buck wanted to foul, no call. Kersey or Dawkins. Johnny in the lane, in and out. Tough luck, but he'll get to the line. Jerome Kersey, the foul, but first look at this block a minute ago.
The long arms of Rick Mahorn was able to block that shot by Buck Williams. That was a good block. Buck brings the same thing to Portland that Rick Mahorn brings to the 76ers. Good, solid defense, and Buck Williams is really the player that solidified this Portland Trail Blazers team.
Yeah, the other thing is he brings that attitude, that unselfishness to the locker room that Rick brought. Not that the Sixers had anywhere close to what the problems that the Portland Trailblazers had a year ago in their locker room. Boy, this team was in real disarray. But the intangible things, there's Buck Williams inside scoring. The intangible things that Buck brought here are much like what Rick Mahorn brought. that work ethic, I guess you would say. Outside, the jumper good by Hersey.
Well, he's a lunch pail player. There's no doubt about that, and he brings his hard hat every day.
Duckworth baseline. Way off Hendrick, and snapped out of the air by Mahorn. Lead is for Barkley. Charles looks, dumps to Jaminski just off the box on the left side, throws up a right-hand hook, no, and the rebound hauled down by the Blazers. Porter with a belt-high right-hand dribble, stops and strokes one from outside and missed that, and the rebound slapped that by Drexler. It'll be run down out near the timeline by Duckworth. Kersey, same spot as a moment ago. Now he fires off the dribble and misses. And the rebound, Mike Jaminski.
Looks like Kersey's lost a little weight from last year, doesn't it?
He sure does.
Got a little bit more quickness, a little more speed.
Hawk from outside. That's off target. And the rebound in the lane, Buck Williams. Lead is for Drexler. Here comes the glide inside and scores off the glass.
He can fly, he can swoop, he can float, he can score. He's pretty much Mr. Do-It-All for Portland.
Best passer on the team.
Yeah.
Can make people better around him. Charles against Buck Williams. Wanted the illegal defense call, and there's a ball kicked at a fresh 24.
It's amazing. Charles was over on the left side trying to create that that illegal defense, and Jimmy was talking to the referee. They were talking back and forth, and we'll be right back after this timeout with 6:49 remaining.
33%, and Portland has out-rebounded Philadelphia in the early going, 6-4.
But this is not a good shooting team. They're only shooting 47% on the year as a team. 76ers are shooting almost 49.
And it might not be that good if it were not for that man, Duckworth, who usually gets his points in and around the basket and has a pretty good, decent percentage.
You know, it's amazing. A guy 7 foot, 270 pounds is being very lenient, but he can certainly get up and down the floor, as he proved that time. He got an easy bucket the last time down the floor.
And there's a pass over the top, a skip pass that sails over the head of Porter deep in the right corner and out of bounds, and on the turnover, the Sixers get it right back.
Nobody said Duckworth was a good passer.
No.
Hawk, nice pass from Hawk, who got into the paint. Was able to dish it off to Charles Barkley on the right side. Charles just powered the ball to the bucket. Nice dunk that time. Good two-man play that time by the 76ers.
Kersey from outside drills the jumper. They're going to have to get up on him chest to chest.
Here's that last slam by Charles.
16-12, a 4-point Portland lead. Hersey.
Hawk should be able to take Duckworth.
Yeah, there was good help by Kersey. Wide open Jaminski. Jumper good. Found the open man. Good job. 16-14 Blazers. Drexler slides in, double clutches and misses. The rebound comes off to J.D. Dawkins. Shovels. Jaminski. Baseline. Gathered himself and knocked it down.
We very seldom see Mike Jaminski take a bad shot on the break. He was able to gather the ball in and get his feet underneath him and then go up for the shot.
Running inside. And the foul on Rick Mahorn as Porter will get to the free throw line.
Trailblazers love to get the ball out.
Transition defense or transition offense and really push the ball. And consequently, defensively, you really have to get back.
Well, I think that's something obviously that started a long time ago with the Lakers in the early part of the decade. You get the ball out in a hurry. If you don't have the opportunity, you pull it out. You have a little bit more time left on the shot clock and try and set up your play and get a good shot.
Hersey walks and thought he was pushed into the walk and not happy with that call. Let's see.
No, he dragged his foot, and you could see him drag his left foot. Good defensive play that time.
Porter, baseline, Drexler, dunked underneath for Hersey, missed it at point-blank range, and the ball deflected out to Hersey Hawkins.
Another block by, good block by Rick Mahorn. That's 2 for Rick early on.
Barkley against Duckworth and Williams. Dawkins. Outside, Jaminski thought about it, now unloads, missed that. The rebound Charles battling, but taken away by Kersey. The lead is for Porter. He runs in and he has it stripped away. No foul. It'll belong to the Portland Trailblazers. This copyright program is presented by the authority of the NBA and the Philadelphia 76ers. Any rebroadcast without express written permission is prohibited. Buck Williams, baseline right, pulls the trigger for Duckworth. Duckworth back to Williams, leaned on by Mahorn. Buck backs him in, spins, jump hook is short, rebound, Rick Mahorn. Rick won that duel. Dawkins, top of the key. A 2-point Portland lead. Outside, Charles. Nope. And the rebound, Duckworth. Porter. Deep, Kersey. Knocked it in. Kersey with 8.
This is definitely a different type of basketball game out on the West Coast. Like you said, these teams love to get out after a made basket and see if they can catch the defense asleep, and they have done that so far with the 76ers a couple times as 76ers were able to get the ball low to Charles Barkley. Nice spin move by, nice spin move, wheel move by Charles Barkley to get to the baseline.
20-18, driving, Drexler no, kept it alive, Buck Williams fumbled it and double dribbled. So, the Sixers on the turnover get it.
Blazers are leading the 76ers rebound-wise, 10-7. Buck was able to pull down an offensive rebound. But as you take a look at the starting front court of both teams, the 76ers out-rebound. Their front court is out-rebounding the Portland front court 27-24. So that's a good matchup in a good area for the 76ers.
Kersey stripped on the drive. The Blazers run. Drexler inside, scores. Foul. And the reason Jimmy's upset right in front of us is if you're going to foul him, don't give him the layup.
Well, it looked like Dawkins was going to give him the layup. Then he reached over there and fouled Drexler. Foul him good if you're going to do it. So far this season anyway, rebounded-wise, but take a look at this game. The front court of Portland has all 10 rebounds, and the 76ers, they only have 5 rebounds. So their front court 76ers are going to have to do a much better job defensively getting the rebounds.
Rick Mahorn takes it right at Duckworth. As he got sideways in the lane, threw up kind of a half hook. Kaminsky and Duckworth battling, and a whistle.
44.
And an illegal defense call against the Sixers.
A quick illegal defense.
Yeah, and you don't see it happen. The Sixers have been pretty good about not getting caught in an illegal set defensively most of the year, at least in the last 3-4 weeks. They've been very good at it, and yet they've also been excellent at forcing the other team into it. Kersey, nope, not at point-blank range again, and the rebound comes off to Kaminsky. Dawkins pounds the dribble at the top. Kersey unloads for 3, short. Rebound, Duckworth. Flanked ahead. The lead is for Drexler, and the layup is good. Well, they will release on you, won't they?
They certainly will.
You shoot it from outside, he's gone.
Well, one thing that Hawk has to realize that when he goes up for the shot, Clyde's going to come flying at him and keep right on going. That time, Duckworth got the rebound and just made a long outlet that time to Drexler, who made the layup.
Mahorn short, the rebound belongs again to the Trailblazers.
That was
Porter.
That was an unbelievable rebound. His head was right up by the rim.
Drexler posted. Bounce back, and that's stolen. Here comes Dawkins with Barkley. Shovels to Charles. He goes in, blocked by Kersey. Duckworth to Porter. Porter to Drexler, hammered by Mike Kaminsky.
Well, Mike's down there complaining that he never got Drexler. Take a look at Charles. He went up. He definitely got hit on the right arm. There's no question about that. Clyde came gliding in from the left side. Mike said, I never touched him. I think the referee was out of position down here a little bit.
Drexler knocks down the first. Comes Young into the game. And Wayne Cooper. Danny Young, 6'4", out of Wake Forest.
And if the Portland Trailblazers have a weakness, this is definitely where the 76ers can make their comeback. Down 7 points. When they go to the bench, they are not as strong. They are a little bit more conservative generally. They will not try to make those long outlet passes.
Buck Williams doing battle with Charles Barkley, and he couldn't get in front of him over the top. Buck Williams the foul. A 7-point Portland lead at 27-20, and the Sixers will inbound right in front of us. Charles Barkley to pull the trigger for Johnny Dawkins. Dawkins circles, and then is stripped but a whistle and a foul, and the foul is going to be charged to Danny Young. Young the foul, and to the line, J.D. Dawkins with Derek Smith now, who's into the game for Hersey Hawkins. Rick Mahorn, Charles Barkley, and Mike Jaminski for Philadelphia. As J.D. made the first. Hersey, Young, Drexler, Williams, and Cooper, Wayne Cooper, now for the Trailblazers. A pair down for Johnny Dawkins, and a 27-22 Portland lead and the ball. Buck Williams hands to Drexler. Young. Little high pick and roll. Cooper fires in and out, and the rebound, Mahorn. Dawkins. Barkley thought about it, now puts it on the floor, runs right by Buck Williams, and then is fouled as he took it inside. He just flat beat Buck with his first step. And Charles gets to the free throw line. There he is, right by Buck as he was able to turn the corner. Cooper trying to help. And they will not give
the interior
the dunk.
The interior defense of Portland kind of reminds of the 76ers in a way, where once you get into the paint, you're going to have to go the foul line to earn it. That time, Cooper came over and whacked Charlie across the arms. You're not going to dunk on me, big guy. You're going to have to shoot it, make it, and earn them at the free throw strike.
Cooper made his reputation as a shot blocker. He has bounced around a little.
Well, at 33 years old, though, I don't know what kind of shot blocker he is anymore. He's starting to get up there in age, and his knees aren't the best in the world any longer.
Kersey, Drexler against Mahorn. Kersey unloads from outside. Short this time. Cooper got up that time, kept it alive, but right to Derek Smith. 27-23. Sixers can draw to within 2. Jumper Mahorn, no. Cooper the rebound, and the period is over. So we have played one quarter. 27-23. Portland. Born tomorrow morning at 7:10. They'll be giving away pairs of Sixer tickets to 5 callers who can name Charles as tonight's Sixer of the game. As a draft pick, they think he's going to be a good one, but as you said, they have it, and he hasn't figured out what he can and can't do.
Well, he thinks he can do everything. That's a problem with a lot of players. If you think you can do everything, you're not quite sure what you can't do.
Here's a ball deflected out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Portland, even though it looked like it came off 3 of the Blazers. 34-25, Petrovic. And there's the steal by Charles. You can see that coming a mile away. Challenges this man to catch up. Bryant said, no, I don't want any part of that, Charles. And he pounded it, too. You're not going to embarrass me. You've already stolen. Petrovic unloads for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, Charles Barkley. Charles through traffic. A bounce to Anderson. Layup, no. Bobby Thornton's follow is good. The putback by Bob Thornton. And the Sixers quickly get back to within 5.
And once again, this is where the 76ers can make their comeback, because this is a very conservative team out there now. Good block by Charles.
They want a goaltending. They're not going to get it, but they will get a foul.
I was getting ready to say, this is a very conservative team for Portland out there, as we see Charles coming over. Ron Anderson on the foul. Charles Barkley, a good block. Caught it just before it hit the backboard.
Cliff Robinson gets to the free throw line. The 7-footer. And as you point out, a conservative bench that Rick Edelman has, unlike their starting 5, who will run at any opportunity, this team is oft-times too patient, and oft-times we are told allows teams to get back into game before he's forced to come back with his starters. A lot of times he tries to use his bench in tandem with some of his starters anyway. Tonight, not the case. Thornton slashing in from the left side is hammered, and we'll get to the free throw line.
I think one area where you can exploit the Portland's defense right now is Derek Smith on Petrovic, as we take a look at Bob Thornton getting into the paint for a nice little right-handed hook shot. He was fouled.
And missed the first free throw, but you're right, because Petrovic, as you pointed out earlier, not a good defender.
Well, his foot speed is very slow. And consequently, Derek can post him up. He can make some quick moves, and Petrovic should be lost.
36-30. Portland pulled away for a moment. Now the Sixers come back. Petrovic, long range. 10 on the shot clock. Petrovic, baseline. Hooks it out at long range. Young, off the dribble. Runner, off the glass. Tough shot.
Isn't that amazing? Seems like every time you play good defense, you get the shot clock coming down. Somebody will hit a flyer or runner like that, and it'll go in. Man, it just psychologically just kills you for a second or two.
Mark Bryant, guilty of the foul as he held Charles underneath. Bryant, 6'9", out of Seton Hall.
Had a nice little bear hug on Charles and by the bucket.
There was Derek trying to break Petrovic down. Now Brooks along the baseline. Good feed to Charles, goes inside, and that won't go down. Just caught the heel of the rim and jumped out. Tough luck, and he gets to the line, but not an opportunity to finish off a three. 38-30, an 8-point Portland advantage. Portland right now with Young, Robinson, Bryant, Cooper, Petrovic. The Sixers with Brooks, Thornton, Barkley, Derek Smith, and Ron Anderson.
How's this for a stat for Charlie in the last 5 games? Despite the fact he's only averaging 24 points a game, shooting 71%.
Only 24.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what Charlie's averaging. But I mean, he could go off and average 35 for a week if he really wanted to. But he's playing within the team concept.
38-31. Down deep, the jumper good by Bryant. Bryant caught it right where he wanted to. One step off the box on the right side. Little turnaround. 40-31. 7:58 left to play. Skip pass, Barkley to Brooks. Off target. Rebound, Bryant and Barkley battle, and Charles won that. Charlie into the lane, and a whistle, and a crowd reaction. Yeah, that's the foul, and the crowd thought he had stripped Barkley cleanly, but not the case, and Charles back to the free throw line. 40-31. 40-32. Mark Bryant, guy cut his hair with a lawnmower. Hey, he did. Charlie pumps again and good again. 40-33, 7:44 left to play for the first half. Neil Funk, Steve Mix at Memorial Coliseum in Portland. And there's a whistle and a timeout. Rick Edelman as Portland wants to talk it over. 7:39 remaining in the first half, a 7-point Portland lead. Will be on Charlotte's part in him becoming a head coach.
You're up on all this inside the NBA stuff, aren't you?
Certainly. Got to talk to these guys. 40-35 as the Blazers go to work now, leading by 5.
That's the second time Derek Smith has taken advantage of Petrovic.
Petrovic trying to take advantage of him, not there, and a whistle on the rebound try, a push foul, a loose ball foul, and it's on Bryant, and that's on that's number 3 on Bryant. .6:59 left as we walk to the other end, and Bob Thornton goes to the free throw line. By the way, before I forget, one of our Viewer Steve indicated that he was not happy with your dress selection, the ties that you have picked out. So we do have some new ties, and we'll be breaking those babies out probably in Golden State.
Wednesday,
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just my tie, pal. It was that. What color is that? That brown and white thing you got on today is not exactly
Norman Lear
Esquire.
thought that we needed new ties. We'll talk more about that in a couple of games. Petrovic guns it. Porter is open for three. Not there. The rebound run down by Petrovic. Tried the three, and it rebounded long. Petrovic wheels and deals. Strip picked up by Anderson. Lead is for Brooks. The layup is good.
Good pass that time by Ron Anderson.
33.
Scotty Brooks made the steal. Ron Anderson picked it up. The 76ers continue to go that half-court press, and it looks like it's bothered Portland just a little bit. The 76ers are now just down 2 points.
Driving Robinson, and a whistle and a foul. On that play a moment ago, Petrovic tried to break his man down. And Steve, we were talking before the game, a lot of these European, this is the foul a moment ago as Robinson will get to the free throw line, but a lot of these European players come over and just are unable to do some of the things that they could do over there. In other words, trying to embarrass the player in the leg behind his back. And we were in conversation with Steve Jones. He said Petrovic tries a lot of that, and the guys over here are so much better, quicker, stronger that he can't get away with it.
And right there is a perfect example as he made a nice little spin move. Scotty Brooks was right there to make the steal.
He said, get your passport.
Yeah, go back to Zagreb. That's what I said.
40-38. Jumper no, and Porter the long rebound. Porter for Duckworth. As slowly Edelman begins to get his starters back in. Robinson, nope. Rebound, all down by Bob Thornton. So Robinson has done most of this, at least attempted damage from outside. Jaminski from the perimeter over Duckworth.
Sixers on a 9-0 run right now as they have tied this game up.
At 40. Robinson stripped, loose, and they got it back, and then lost it. Picked up by Drexler, a line drive brick, and the rebound, Jaminski. Sixers can take the lead. Gun to Thornton, flashes in along the baseline and scores. And Edelman's going to want a timeout in an instant as they get it up. Timeout Portland as the Sixers have taken the lead with 5:17 left to play in the first half. Philadelphia 42, Portland 40.
I didn't get into Portland last night till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Dave were up painting those signs. 42-40. Sixers with the lead as Portland goes to work following their timeout. Buck Williams started down the lane and now has it low post. Wheels to his left and scores with a left hand.
And that's where Buck Williams is most effective, down low. He can go either hand, come into the paint or down to the baseline with that shot.
Game tied at 42. Not anymore. Jaminski from outside, 44-42. Sixers by a deuce.
Kevin Duckworth's going to have to come out on Mike Jaminski. That's 2 in a row for Mike Jaminski from outside.
And Rick Edelman had seen enough of his bench as now the Blazers turn it over again. And he has gone back to his starting 5. Buck Williams along with Duckworth and Percy. Drexler and Porter in the backcourt. For the Sixers, Dawkins, Smith, Anderson, Thornton, and Jaminski. So both Mahorn and Barkley, along with Hersey Hawkins on the bench. Anderson, outside. Johnny has to unload and score. Just beat the shot clock. Didn't really have a chance to set his feet, but knocked it down anyway. 47-42. Sixers by 5. Outside, the jumper is good by Porter. So Johnny's was a 3. And now it's a 3-point lead, 47-44. Outside, Ron Anderson rattles around and drops. 49-44. Sixers by 5. Drexler turning and wheeling and missing, and the Sixers come out running. Strip though, and here comes Drexler running the other way. Drexler left it for Buck Williams. The trailer picked it up, and it's Percy. And he was fouled.
Now that's the same play that Bob Thornton did to Johnny Dawkins. That's the way he should have fouled Drexler earlier in the first period. You see Kersey coming in. Bob Thornton just reaches around, will not allow him to have the easy 2.
Kersey makes the first free throw. 49-44. And Bob Thornton comes out. So does Ron Anderson, Charles Barkley, Rick Mahorn return.
Bob Thornton doing an excellent job for the 76ers coming off the bench. 6 points, couple rebounds, 2 for 2. But more importantly, he was able to play good defense on Duckworth and Cooper.
Now everybody who began the game, with the exception of Hersey Hawkins, is on the floor. Derek Smith against Drexler. Johnny for 3 again, in and out. That time he had a chance to gather himself, square up, and it wouldn't go down. Spun out on it. Porter, double, to the baseline. Gunned out. Drexler has to track the count. Baseline, Porter. That's rejected by Jaminski. Buck Williams. Hook, no. Rebound, Porter. Pump fakes once, twice, goes up and scores.
That's right there. That's where Portland will kill you. They have out-rebounded a number of different teams this year. They've only been out-rebounded a couple times. They are relentless on the offensive boards. Everybody is down there trying to get that offensive rebound.
They hammered the Lakers on the board the other night. They beat it by like something like 18 or something at LA. Derek Smith, the jumper, left wing, free throw line extended. 51-48, Sixers by 3 again. Other way, Drexler gliding in and will get to the line. Derek Smith, the foul. Here comes Hersey back in, and Derek will leave. So now both clubs have their original starting 5s out there.
And here's what's on tap at halftime with Neil Hartman. We'll go behind the scenes with Charles Barkley in Miami at the All-Star Weekend. Pat Croce tells us about the Demon Sugar. And we'll have all the highlights, stats, and NBA scores coming up in just a few minutes.
51-49, Sixers by 2. Johnny Dawkins as Jimmy Lynam orchestrates on the near side. Dawk over the screen by Barkley and rattles it around, and Johnny has a hot hand now. 53-49, Sixers by 4 again. 2:06 left to play, first half. Duckworth fumbles, forced it up, and hit it anyway.
Big Bella got away with one right there. He put it on the floor. Johnny Dawkins was right there, almost had to steal.
Hersey for 3, the home run good. Baseline right. Hersey Hawkins, 56-51. Driving Porter all the way to the glass, and he just bruised it.
One of the problems you have when you push the ball up in a hurry is the defense. You hope the catch not set up properly, and that time Porter was able to get down there, get the ball up, and get right to the basket as Charles Barkley makes one from the left side.
And nonchalanted that up there.
Yep.
Duckworth raises up from outside. Nonchalanted one in.
Well, let's see. I'm out.
If you can knock it down from out there, I'll step out.
As long as I'm out here with the ball in my hand, let me shoot one up, see if I can make it.
58-55.
Duckworth having.
For Mahorn, he muscles his way in, and an offensive foul on Rick. Trying to bang his way inside. Here's a look. He's kind of pushed off.
Yeah, you can
lunged in with his hip as well, but the foul was prior to that.
See that right arm come up and kind of fend off Duckworth a little bit.
Look at the Sixer bench as the
Rick Mahorn, that's his 3rd foul.
Ron Anderson checks back in. Porter, Williams, Hersey, Drexler, and Duckworth. This is Porter with a belt high right hand dribble. Duckworth spins, line drive hook, no, tap is good. Drexler. But there's what Steve was talking about a moment ago. They're relentless on the offensive board, and they keep a lot of balls alive, just tipping them up there.
Right, Drexler averaging a little bit better than 3 offensive rebounds per game, and that's a heck of a stat for a guard.
Ball tapped loose in the middle. Here comes Kersey. Kersey motors the bounce, and that's picked off, and the Sixers head the other way. Now it's a track meet, and the lead pass is in front of Jaminski, and he couldn't catch it.
Bad pass by Ron Anderson, trying to get the ball to Mike Jaminski.
especially to a 7-footer.
Yeah,
you got to get it up to chest high.
You can't give the ball to a 7-footer and expect him to make 2 or 3 dribbles running full speed. You got to give it to him in stride, make him take the ball with 1 step right to the basket.
58-57. 10 seconds, 9, 8 left to play here in the first half. Clock at 5. Drexler one-on-one down the lane, running right into won't go. The rebound back up and a whistle. So with 0.8 of a second left, Kersey, another offensive rebound, and gets fouled on the try for the putback. That's the 15th foul as Kersey goes to the free throw line. So the Sixers didn't really foul a lot in this period. And consequently, we're able to build a lead that they enjoy right now. At one time, had a little healthier looking lead. It's at 1 now, and Kersey with a chance to tie, and now a chance to give Portland the lead as the two clubs will head to the locker room. They got 0.8 of a second left. And we all know what would happen if there were only 0.3 of a second, right?
Yeah, you couldn't
score.
Can't
So you might as well just go to the locker room.
Yep. Call the game and everybody walk in.
Kersey makes a pair, and the Blazers lead by 1. Jaminski length to the floor. Charles is going to score, but the ball was just too tough off the glass and rolled off, or else they would have gotten a hoop at 0.8 of a second. So 59-58, the Portland Trail Blazers with the lead. That's the end of the first half. Stay tuned now for Sixers halftime with Neil Hartman.
I can't think of, I'm trying to think of one single play. Yeah, I have a glass of water.
On the stretch in the first half, was 7 for 9 at one point, and all 7 were perimeter shots. So they shot it pretty well. In fact, 53, better than 53.5% in the first half. So they shot the ball well. Dock drives, Jaminski slaps it out. Dock trying to fill it up, misses, and the rebound hauled down by Kersey.
Portland had a 8-rebound edge, as once again they are able to push the ball up. Buck Williams for the easy one.
First, you get it up and down.
First half stats, rebounding wise, Portland with the edge, 25-17.
You know, you see the teams in the East so much, you tend to forget just how fast the teams in the West, at least the good ones, do get it inline to inline. Jaminski sticks one from outside.
And Mike Jaminski was the recipient of about 3 of those baskets in the late going to the second period for the 76ers as he hits one opening up the second half.
Kersey misses that. Dawkins bats at it, taken away by Terry Porter. Kersey, they swing it. Drexler selfishly to the baseline. Buck Williams alley-oops one up and missed that. And the rebound, Mike Jaminski. Now the Sixers walk the ball up. Trying to change up the tempo a little bit. You got to do 2 things against Portland. One is you've got to go to your defensive board because they will go after offensive rebounds and finish them if they can.
They pounded the 76ers on the offensive rebound. 76ers pulling down just 2. Portland had 8 of them. And it really, when you think about it, if you say 15 of them is for a game is excellent, Portland is there every single night.
63-62, Portland by 1. Kind of seesaw back. Boy, this is the quietest I've ever seen a crowd be.
And they were saying how noisy they were for the most part this year. They are very quiet this evening.
For Jamingo, which is good for the 76ers. Porter wheels a pass to Kersey, spinning no, tap, Drexler wouldn't go, and Hersey runs out the other way. Sixers looking to take the lead again. They're down by 1, 63-62. High screen, Hersey works his dribble. Down the lane he comes with a left hand and good, nicely done. Hawk gives the Sixers a 1-point lead, and here come the Blazers in a hurry. Drexler trying to kick it off baseline to Duckworth, and a foul as he made the pass. Foul is on Hersey. We talked about that in the first half, the fact that when Hersey either drives or unloads a jumper. As soon as he releases the ball, Drexler releases from him and heads to the other end. Buck Williams caught that up and scored. Lost it in midair and then kind of slapped it back up on the glass and went in. And he grinned as he started back the other way.
He knows he had a lucky one.
Dawkins, wide open Charles. Brings it up. This is that. Block the long rebound. Nope. Rebound Charles. Back up. Got it. And he's fouled. Charles unloaded that 3 over in front of the Portland bench, and he's 0 for 3 from three-point land.
Well, he's got 1 for the decade going, right? He made one the other night. Yeah, he made one the All-Star break, so he thought he could. And they really built him up on that too. Like that was really an easy shot for him. Like he does it every night. They ought to see him that he's 0 for the decade so far. 1 for the decade now. He misses the free throw, and he can't believe that. He was 4 for 6 the first half, make it 4 for 7 now.
Blazers tried to get it up in a hurry. Porter did inline to inline, and then had it swatted out of bounds. It's going to belong to Portland. Porter wanted a foul. Now, we were talking at halftime, not much to choose from anymore between Drexler and Porter. Porter has become that good a player.
He is an excellent ball player. We talked about the assist-to-turnover ratio. He had 7 assists the first half to just 1 turnover.
Now the Sixers run. Dawkins to Hawkins, the layup won't go, and the rebound Buck Williams, and here come the Blazers. Porter in the middle. Porter down the boulevard and scores. 67-66. Portland seesaws back into a 1-point lead. Now on the bright side here, the Sixers have hung tough, and they've kept this game close. They played pretty well defensively, except for some breakdowns in the transition defense, and that was a big concern of Freddie Carter's. There's an illegal defense call against Portland. But they kept it close. You're playing on the road. That's what you want to do. Keep it close, and you got to go to a guy like Charles, try to get the win at the end. They've hung in there.
Portland is not that good a team when they have to go to strictly a half-court offense. They are much prefer to run more.
And that's off of Johnny Dawkins. Well, you're right, Steve, and you talked about the reason why. They're not a high-percentage shooting team. So you can force them into a half-court game. They try to go more motion with their offense. They're not real effective with it. There's Duckworth, though, inside Wild. No tap, no. Ball batted out, controlled by the Sixers. Ahead to Dawkins. He wheels by Porter and scores. And here come the Blazers. The other way, Porter down the lane, throws it up Wild, missed that, the rebound, kicked loose, and Mahorn has it. Mahorn took a shot to the chops and is all right.
Actually, this is a fun style to watch if you're a fan. I don't know why they're sitting on their hands so much, but if you're a fan, you got to admire the way they can get the ball up and get some points on the board.
Mercy's short, and here they come again. Drexler, and the sliced across the lane, knifing in from right to left.
Stepped on.
And he turned his ankle.
He certainly did. He made that, tried to get by Mike Jaminski, tried to sidestep him. Take a look. There you see, oh, you can see that left ankle turning over. Oh, that hurts. Wow.
And the 20-second timeout taken. Let's see if it's going to be longer than that. Starting Tuesday, February 20th, tune in at 8 o'clock for 3 nights of thrilling suspense when we start off a Hitchcock triple with Rear Window, Vertigo, and The Man Who Knew Too Much right here on PHL 17.
Well, that last movie, certainly you wouldn't be starring in it.
The Man Who Knew Too Much. Here's a look at it again. Now, Drexler is really hurt. He's being helped off right now. And we look at it again. We can't...
oh, my.
Yeah,
it went right over that left ankle. He made that cut move, and that left ankle rolled right over. Ooh.
And he is helped out of here by 2 of his teammates as the Portland trainer leaves with him. And I think, let's see now, Rick Edelman and the officials have a little conference, and I'm not sure what they've decided to do. Timeout. A timeout taken by the Trailblazers. 7:06 left to play in the third period. 68-67, the Sixers by 1.
February 26th for their final visit. The 76ers will be looking to avenge their recent loss in Orlando. Call 339-7676 for ticket information.
Well, as you said, Steve, during the break, you hate to see an injury to a player of the caliber of Clyde Drexler, but it certainly is going to be a plus, or should be a plus, for the 76ers, as Drexler was helped to the locker room. Bryant comes in to shoot the free throws, as Jimmy was able to pick anybody he wanted.
He's shooting 58%.
And that's why.
That's why Jimmy picked him. Boy, how'd you like to be sitting on the bench and you know?
How'd you like to have the coach, the other coach, walk down and go, this guy
this guy right here, Bryant, you shoot him.
And he missed a pair, and that's why Jimmy selected him.
Good move by Jimmy Lynam, coaching staff.
You're allowed to do that when the player has to leave because of an injury. Yeah, so Jimmy goes in the box score with 2 points, right?
Yep.
Charles Barkley thought about it from outside against Buck Williams. Now Dawkins. Mahorn, short jumper, heavy. Rebound, Rick Mahorn. Back up, short. Rebound. The Blazers first it for Porter. Let's see how they set up. Bryant is still in the game. We'll see how long he stays in. Driving, Buck Williams, no, and the rebound, Hersey Hawkins. Sixers run. Dawkins on the wing to Barkley. Fires on the run. Nope. Rebound, Bryant. They'll get Danny Young in a moment to get Bryant out of there. Porter wheels and deals to the hole and score. A little shake and bake by Terry Porter.
Well, Young's going to probably have to go to the 2 guard, because you certainly don't want to take the ball out of Terry Porter's hands.
They got 1 guard in there now, so. Kaminsky, nope. Rebound, Bryant.
And nobody on the offensive board for the 76ers. All you saw under there that time was white jerseys.
Duckworth against Kaminsky, fighting his way into the lane. The hook would have counted had it gone. He'll get to the line. Here comes Danny Young into the game, and there goes Bryant, who was into the game because Jimmy Lynam selected him to shoot the free throws, as Drexler had to leave the game. As I said, Sixers 7 for 9 in the last 5 minutes of the first half, all from outside. And that was key in the run that really kept this thing close. They trailed by 1 at the half, but it also showed that the Sixers could match up offensively anyway with Portland, with Portland having their starting people in there. The Sixers had no trouble scoring, albeit from the perimeter.
Good, once again, rebounding. Big edge to Portland Trailblazers. 35 rebounds for Portland, 28 for the 76ers.
Hawkins against Porter. Spun by him. Nice move. Goes up. If that goes, it counts. It doesn't. Bounced and finally fell off. But a great move by Hawkins, who turned Porter around. Terrific move by Hersey. And he gets to the free throw line.
Normally you won't see Terry Porter spun around so quickly like that, but it was an excellent move, like you said, by Hawk. Terry Porter, generally a good defensive player, will keep the offensive player between himself and the basket.
Look at the Sunday afternoon crowd, or the start time of this game, 5 o'clock, was just kind of a weird time to be starting, but boy, there's just the crowd is just absolutely dead silent.
Trying to make a little noise behind the basket. About 3 guys stood up and waved their hands.
That's not typical of this building at all.
Well, it certainly wasn't typical of this crowd back in '76 when they won the championship. They were screaming and hollering. There was a lot of noise in this building then.
Spreading the floor, illegal defense. So Portland got what they wanted as they spread the floor, balanced it out, and the Sixers guilty of an illegal defense. And that's the second one, so Porter will shoot the technical free throw, and then the Blazers will have the ball.
And Terry Porter is 10th in the league in free throw percentage, shooting 89%.
And he made that, and it is 71-70. So the Blazers, even though they've been able to run the ball up and down, and they have dominated the offensive boards. There's Porter from outside. Jumper is good.
What a great move that time by Porter as he realized that Dawkins was going high side over the double screen, made a quick stop and came back from the same side he left from.
And despite all of that, they lead by just 3. So the Sixers have played well themselves. And they've hung in here. Dawkins kicks it out. Hersey hangs and missed it short. The rebound tapped out of bounds by Rick Mahorn. It's going to belong to the Blazers. Young will bring it up. And they put Porter down at the baseline. Now he pops out around the double screen, fakes into the lane, and then gave it up on the turnover uncharacteristically. 73-70.
Terry Porter, that's only his second turnover. He has 9 assists this evening.
Dawkins, his counterpart, had a productive first half, had just 1 turnover and 5 assists himself. Anderson comes in, Rick Mahorn comes off. 73-70. Portland by 3 with 4:18 left to play in the third. Dawkins for Hawkins. Hersey angled right now. Barkley. Charles fires over Buck Williams, scores. Anytime you can get space between yourself and the defender and you're within your range, as Barkley was that time, might as well take the shot. Charles did knock it down. Outside Duckworth. No. Rebound hauled down by Ron Anderson. Charlie inside, no whistle, and a foul. That's going to be on Buck Williams.
Very difficult for Buck to guard Charles Barkley out on the floor. As you see, Charles gets by Buck. That's about the 3rd time this evening that he's been able to drive right by Buck. Of course, I don't know too many players that can guard Charles Barkley out on the floor. He's got such a quick first step. Now the crowd's getting into it. They're booing Charlie a little bit. Charlie,
the free throw, that'll quiet him.
Yeah, again.
Charles settles himself in. Delivers and makes the second. Porter slid to a stop, kicks it off, driving Hersey, and he scores. Drexler, we are told, will not be back the remainder of the Seedings ball game, so he's history, and the Blazers will go the rest of the distance without him. Hersey, the home run is short, and the rebound, all Portland.
That shot, it wasn't even given a chance. He left that 8 inches short that time, barely hit the rim. Good defense that time by Ron Anderson to deflect the ball. Mike Jaminski was alert enough to pick it up. Whoa, my! Charlie! Once again, got by Buck Williams, just rose above everybody and said, kaboom!
Jumper outside, Porter, and that's a 3.
Terry Porter will probably take over the scoring load at the guard position for Portland.
Outside, on the wing, Hersey Hawkins. Dribble drop, spun his way in, stripped, and then was on the end line, so it's turned over to Portland, and a timeout charge to Philadelphia. 2:10 left. The Blazers lead, but just by 2, 78-76.
Box Portland out.
It's been a strange game in the sense that the way Portland pushes the ball up offensively, you look up at the scoreboard and you say, well, it can't be this close, but it is. 2 minutes left in the quarter, a 2-point Portland lead, 78-76, and there's the jumper from outside. That is 20 in the game for Terry Porter. There have been 6 guys and 13 lead changes in this ball game so far. been that close. 80-76, a 4-point Portland lead. Anderson from outside, missed it. Rebound tipped out and a loose ball foul. That's going to go against Portland. Nope, it's against Charles.
Yeah, he pushed Buck Williams right in the back as the rebound came off long. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out, though, why the 76ers are shooting so many outside shots. They've hit a number of them this evening, but their real strength is going into Charlie in the low post and Rick Mahorn. Right now, Derek Smith will be guarded by Young, and there's a mismatch also.
Young for Buck Williams. Buck, power drive off the glass, too heavy, but he's going to get to the free throw line. Remember, fans, when coming to the Sixers games, you have a chance to participate in the Sunoco Ultra Shot on the court at the Spectrum. It's all sponsored by the Tri-State Area Sunoco Station. A look at Buck as he faded away in the lane, and he gets to the free throw line.
And you were saying that he's been working extremely hard on his free throws. Really not much of a free throw shooter.
Well, he's gotten better each year,
yeah.
So that should tell you about how bad he was about 5 years ago.
Well, he's shooting 72% on the year, which is a career high for Buck.
He has improved that area of his game a ton. In fact, when he was averaging 16, 17, 18 a game in New Jersey, if he could have made free throws, he probably would have been up around 25, 26 a game. 82-76. Derek Smith. Baseline. Against Kersey, Porter came with help, and it's going to be off of Porter. Let's see if the Sixers run this little inbounds play where they just kind of dump it in the middle. There's Porter coming from behind to poke it away. There's going to be a timeout taken first by the Sixers. Time pregame at 9 o'clock. That'll have features on Karl Malone, Percy Hawkins' second season, and our inside game feature on power forwards. There's Steve Nicks at the throttle for that one. I don't know what he knows about power forwards, but what he does know is that it's 82-76 here with 49 seconds left.
I mean, just because I was a power forward doesn't necessarily mean I know anything about it.
Exactly, and there's a walk on a drive by Derek, and Jimmy's hot, and he has a right to be there. They called Derek for the try. I don't know if we'll see it again, but that looked like a clean drive. And a nice move by Derek, who knifed across the lane right to left and laid it up on the left side. And they take it away and wipe it out. Oh, a 6-point lead for the Blazers. Duckworth backs in. Doubled and a whistle and a push foul. That's going to be on Derek, trying to help on the play defensively. Look at Freddie Carter.
Both Freddie Carter and Jimmy Lanham are still talking to the referee about that phantom walk.
And that was phantom, all right.
It's amazing how you can have 3 referees out here in the game and none of them are sweating. No discoloration in their shirts at all. Guys got to get up and start running a little bit. A couple mystery calls out there. That was one of them, certainly.
Duckworth made the first. Robinson comes on. Buck Williams comes off.
Buck given a big hand by the fans as they appreciate Buck's hard work out there. Like I said, he's a lunch pail type of player. Duckworth
made a pair. So now it's 84-76, the biggest lead enjoyed by the Blazers since early on in this game. The Sixers don't want this to get too far away here as they head to the fourth quarter. Good feed, Charles jams it home. Mike Jaminski, little touch pass, and Charlie finished it off. 84-78, 18.5 seconds left. This is Porter, and they want it in his hands as they play for the last shot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Porter, guns underneath, picked off, and here come the Sixers. Dawkins 3. The lead is to Derek. The layup good. He finished it. 9/10 of a second left, and the Sixers are back to within 4. Porter had trouble with the inbounds, and the Sixers rally a couple of quick baskets and close to within 4. We played 3 here at Memorial Coliseum in Portland. Don't go away.
Address on the screen.
Blazers swing the ball. Sixers really getting after him defensively now as Bobby Thornton is checked in, and on the drive, a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Bob.
And once again, though, this is the team that you can put a lot of pressure on and create turnovers.
Sixers came out aggressively. This is Young, matched up with Scott Brooks. Anderson checks Petrovic. Raising Petrovic outside the jumper, good. So the one starter that's still in there, Jerome Kersey, knocks down a jumper from the left side. 86-80, back to a 6-point Blazer lead. Anderson for Brooks. Scotty for Ron Anderson. Raises up, the jumper's good. Off the right side. 86-82. Petrovic matched up with Derek Smith. Baseline, the drive, Robinson, no. The rebound, Brooks dives after it, and the jump ball. Good hustle by Scott Brooks and by Bob Thornton. And good hustle by Jerome Kersey.
But you have to wonder why Scotty Brooks is in there trying to get the rebound when Charlie wasn't in there. Ron Anderson wasn't close, and Derek Smith wasn't close. Bob Thornton and Scotty Brooks were the only two in there to try to get the defensive rebound. Now Charles Barkley will try to make the steal going between Young and Petrovic.
And Derek did and tapped it away. And then had it stolen, stripped away by Young. Driving Cooper, offensive foul. On the drive, good job, Bob Thornton, who went down hard.
Bob caught a knee to the chest. It was a good defensive play by Bob Thornton as you see him getting up, kind of taking a deep breath. There he caught that right knee right in the middle of his sternum. Kind of knocks the wind out of you for a second.
Boy, great play by both Derek Smith and Charles Barkley off the tip. Unfortunately, they came up empty as the ball was stripped and stolen right back by Young. Anderson is swinging. Brooks fakes into the lane, slides down, and then able to kick it back out. Anderson, running right-hander, won't go, but he was hit and a whistle. So Ron Anderson will get to the free throw line. There's a look at the Blazer head coach, Rick Edelman, who has 1 year exactly now on the job as of today.
And he's got 50 wins in that 1 year. That's not bad.
Nope. They're off to a terrific start this year as they came into this evening's play 36-13. They've had 2 games with the Lakers, one a double overtime game here in Portland, and then an overtime game here in Portland, and then a double overtime game that they won down at the Forum. And that's who they're locked in a battle with in the West.
And they have played 3 games with Los Angeles, and there's only 2 points separating both clubs right now. That's amazing, you know, when you play 3 games and think that there's only 2-point difference in those 3 games.
I think their television audience is monstrous. They had
here in Portland?
Yeah, they had a 70 for that game down in LA. A 70% share for that game. That's like no one in the Northwest did not watch that game. No one. That's how excited this area is about Portland, or about the Blazers basketball team anyway. Jumper misses, rebound Charles. Lead passes for Ron Anderson. Had to catch it and put on the brakes. 10-12 left to play for your ball game. An 86-84 Portland lead. Charles pounds the dribble. Now Anderson, and they swing the ball. Brooks looking for Derek, couldn't get it to him. Anderson runs right-hander off the glass, and again he's fouled. Now that's twice. Ron Anderson has put it on the floor, moving to his left. Tried to get the shot off and been fouled.
But I'll tell you one thing right now, when Scotty Brooks received that pass over on the right side, Derek, he had the shot. He passed it off. Scotty Brooks had the shot on the right side. He was able to get into the paint area and dish it back out, this time to Ron Anderson. Derek Smith was open on the left side. If Scotty Brooks is not going to be an offensive threat out there when the shot is wide open, that leaves a 5-on-4 situation, and he's not being very productive on the offensive end. You have to look for your shot, especially if you're open.
I also thought he had Derek open deep in the baseline on the right side of the last time, too. When he put it on the floor.
Yes, sir.
86-86 tie off the free throws by Ron Anderson. With Robinson, Young, Petrovic. He squares up and buries it. A 3 by Draven Petrovic. A rookie from Yugoslavia. 89-86. Anderson off the screen. Brooks is open. Fires this one. Missed it. Heavy. The rebound. Bob Thornton pump fake once, twice, and then traveled, I believe. Yep.
Grab the ball, Bob. Grab it. Take it right back up. The defensive player really didn't know where Bob Thornton was once the offensive rebound came down to him. Take the ball right back up. There's no need to take that extra dribble and give a pump fake.
89-86, you're right. Of course, it's easy to sit here and say that, but if he had taken that right back up, he would have had an easy one, because you're right, the defender had turned around, wasn't even aware that Thornton was there with the ball. A little pick and roll. Robinson running right-hander. No, the tip dunk follow is good by Wayne Cooper. And that brought a little noise from the crowd, and a timeout for the Sixers. 91-86, a 5-point Blazer lead with 9 minutes and 2 seconds left. Formation.
Rick Mahorn returns for Philadelphia.
91-86 as the Sixers try to tee it up here. 9 minutes left to play. And they're very much in this in Portland. Baseline, they dump it to Mahorn. Spins, fires, and this man.
And push.
And a push. Charles went down. Cliff Robinson, the rookie, is not going to get that call.
No. Well,
you pushed Charlie all the way to the floor.
Rick Mahorn was pushed on the shot, no question about that.
Yep.
Rebound came off. Robinson pushed Charles Barkley. Finally, the referees were able to catch the second one. 76ers doing a good job as far as outscoring Portland's bench, 24-16.
Mahorn doubles. And a reach-in foul. Petrovic trying to double down and help Cooper. And the foul is on Petrovic. 91-86. Brooks. Derek Smith on the dribble. Kicks it out. Wide open Anderson. Jumper. Nope. Too heavy. Rebound, Ron Anderson. Ron cruises. Fire, scores. Good job.
Good
Offensive rebound, kicked right back to him, anticipated it well, and then finished it off the drive. 91-88, a 3-point Portland lead. Petrovic, wild shot, no. Kersey blocked by Barkley, and he about took his head off. Charlie the foul, and Kersey. I mean, Charles blocked the ball, then blocked Kersey's head. And Kersey went down in a heap, and he'll shoot the free throws. Dawkins, Smith, Anderson, Barkley, and Mahorn as we're at the 8:11 mark of the fourth quarter. Kersey makes it a 92-88 Trailblazer lead. And he made a pair. 93-88. Portland by 5. Anderson and Mahorn, two-man game. Rick had a lane, didn't see it. For Barkley. Charles Wood, pump fake, it won't go down. And Mahorn and Cooper got tangled up as Charles was fouled. Cooper explained to Ronnie Nunn, the official, saying, he belted me.
And he may be right. Take a look. Here's Charlie giving a nice up fake. The rookie joining the parachute club. Comes down, fouls Charles Barkley.
When you saw some hands kind of whistle by at the bottom, that was that was Mr. Cooper moving from right side to left side with a little help. Charles makes the first. 93-89. Charles 9 for 17 for the game, 7 of 10 from the line, 25 points, and they've been very quiet. That's a couple of spectacular dunks, and a couple of perimeter jumpers, but other than that, you haven't really noticed him all that much. And yet he has put together a 25-point game.
Only 5 rebounds, though, for Charlie. Fourth leading rebounder in the league.
Robinson over Charles, no, and the rebound, Ron Anderson. Robinson did that in the hands to Johnny Dawkins.
Robinson did not give that shot a chance, and that was a very flat shot. Got to get the ball into the air a little bit more than that.
Derek, good shovel. Rick Mahorn fights it off the glass.
Excellent feed by Derek Smith that time as he realized Cooper was coming over for the block. fed Rick Mahorn very nicely, who laid it in off the glass.
Petrovic, good fake, fires on the rim, no. Rebound, offensive board. And that is not going to go, as Robinson really had to muscle that job back up. I'll tell you what, that was a great job by the rookie to get that up.
Take a look, shot comes off. Robinson is right there. Rick Mahorn comes over.
You got Charles and Rick swatting at you. And he makes the first free throw.
Not a bad looking rookie. 5 point, making 6 points this evening.
They told us before the game they're very pleased with him. As you said, he hasn't found out exactly what his strengths are yet.
And that takes time. There's no question about that. You just don't come into this game and know exactly what you can do. You've got to have a feel for what's going on and know what you can do out there against certain players.
Anderson pulled the trigger, missed, and Porter, great job with the rebound. And then the save at the baseline. 95-91, Blazers by 4. Robinson blocked away and into the hands of Ron Anderson. Tipped ahead to Johnny Dawkins.
Good hands that time by Derek Smith as Robinson was getting ready to make that spin move to the baseline.
Charles inside, and the layup good by Rick Mahorn. 95-93. Sixers hanging tough. And trail by 2 as Porter sets it up. Buck Williams, Cooper, Robinson, Petrovic, and Porter. This is Buck Williams against Barkley. Takes him at the baseline. Couldn't get him to leave his feet. Porter wheels and deals. Fires and a whistle. And a foul. .601 left, 95-93. Terry Porter gets to the free throw line.
That was an excellent move that time by Terry Porter as he was able to spin away from Johnny Dawkins, who was guarding him closely. He gave a nice head and shoulder fake. Dawkins came right down on top of him.
Porter makes the first free throw. 96-93. Porter now with 21 in the game. He leads the way for the Trailblazers. Remember, the Blazers playing without Drexler, who retired with a sprained ankle with 14 points. And will not return.
And if Portland's going to win the game, the scoring load falls squarely on Porter's shoulders.
97-93, Blazers by 4. Sixers go to work. Charles runs again by Buckley. Goes inside and hammered by Wayne Cooper. Charles at will on occasion, in fact, at least 3 times that I can quickly remember, has run just by Buck Williams with his first step. He left him standing there. Now the free throws become big now. Charles is 7 for 11 from the line.
Yeah, I was going to say, if free throws become big, Charles he's going to have to concentrate just a little bit better. Like you said, he's only shooting 7 for 11. Make that 8 for 12.
But you know, with games on the line and down the stretch, he's been, for the most part, pretty good at the free throw line. It seems like if his concentration is going to wane, it does it earlier in ball games. And he makes a pair here. 97-95. Again, a 2-point lead. All that separates these two clubs as we come down to 5:43. Young out high for Robinson. Porter off the screen by Duckworth. Missed it. Rebound in the lane. Good job of boxing out by the Sixers, and Johnny Dawkins will trot it up. JD, left side, Derek Smith. Dawkins, outside. Jumper, in and out. Rebound, Robinson.
Derek Smith may have gotten away with a walk that time.
Porter. Robinson batted away and batted out of Mahorn's hands. They're going to give that to Portland. Almost. Still a 2-point game. Ron Anderson and Derek Smith come off. Mike Jaminski comes back on, along with Hersey Hawkins. Duckworth. Off the inbound. They'd run that play for Duckworth 3 times off that inbound. He got the shot every time.
Got a lot of confidence in his offensive game, and he's worked hard on it and proved to the coaching staff that he is worthy of those types of shots.
99-95, skip pass. Down deep at the corner, Hersey fires, missed it, rebound Buck Williams. Porter drives, goes up, missed that, and a foul. And if he hadn't drawn a foul on that, he would have been kicking himself because he had Robinson all alone on the right side for a moment. Saw him and then decided to take it himself. Robinson comes out as Terry Porter gets to the free throw line. Percy, Duckworth, Williams, Young, and this man Terry Porter now. So all of Rick Edelman's starters in the game, with the exception of Drexler, who's in the locker room with a sprained ankle. For the Sixers, likewise Jimmy Lynam with his starters down the stretch now. 100-95 as Porter tries to stretch the lead out to 6.
And Rick Mahorn has to be a concern for Jimmy Lynam as he has 5 personal fouls now. So that the coaching staff, they certainly don't want Rick Mahorn to get his 6th.
Percy Hawkins for Rick. He backs in on Duckworth, leans up, and a little finger roll wouldn't go. Duckworth wanted the offensive foul, not going to get that, and Rick gets to the free throw line. Pretty good offensive move by Rick, who was determined to get that ball to the basket.
Take a look, a quick drop step right under the outstretched arms of Duckworth, draws the foul.
A nice little move with a finger roll, too.
Yes.
Scoop. Came up and under. Mahorn studies himself. Makes the first. 101-96. Portland unable to draw away. They've had the lead most of the last 5 minutes. The Sixers refuse to die here, playing the first of a 5-game road set in 7 nights. Percy against Barkley. Duckworth against Jaminski. Blocked up in the air. Mahorn has it. Hands to Johnny Dawkins. They can draw to within 2 again. Charles said, give him ground. Now Buck steps out. Barkley against Williams. He beats him again on the drive. Laid it off. Mahorn goes up and he's fouled. And Duckworth nearly drew a technical by slamming the ball. He cocked it as if to throw it and then didn't. Tonight's Power 99 Sixer of the game is Charles Barkley. Be listening to Power 99's Carter and Sanborn tomorrow at 7:10. They'll be giving away pairs of Sixers tickets to 5 callers who can name Charles as tonight's Sixer of the game, and all winners will qualify to win a trip to LA to see the Sixers play the Lakers on Friday, February 23rd. That's all from Power 99 and PHL 17. 101-98, and Mahorn missed the second one as he steered it left. 3:48. Duckworth against Mahorn, backs in.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul, Duckworth, good call.
An excellent call that time as Duckworth lowered that left shoulder.
Well, he was trying to draw the 5th or the 5th on 6th on Mahorn.
And guess what? That's his 5th. So.
Yeah. And he'll leave.
Yeah.
So Mahorn got him twice at the other end. And then Duckworth trying to take it to Mahorn. Guilty of the offensive foul.
That's 3 quick fouls on Duckworth.
And Mahorn involved in all 3, and he couldn't afford a foul. Mahorn against Robinson. Now Jaminski. Dawkins outside. Barkley for 3. Nope. The rebound for Robinson. 101-98.
Certainly not the shot you wanted.
Porter. Percy spins into the lane with a left hand. No. Rebound, Rick Mahorn, and a whistle. And this is going to go against Portland. That's on Buck Williams, I believe.
Buck Williams was climbing the back of Rick Mahorn on the rebound. Take a look. Here comes Buck in over the back.
Yep. He wailed on him, and Rick goes to the free throw line at the other end. 101-98. So if he can make a pair here, it becomes a 1-point game with a lot of time left, 3:06.
And the 76ers have hung in there with their defense playing exceptionally well. And this would be a big win for them, especially again here in Portland, to start the 5-game road trip.
Only Washington, Golden State, and the Lakers have been able to win in this building. The Lakers had to do it in overtime. I don't know how Washington did it.
Nobody showed up for Portland.
And Golden State, one of those teams that on a given night
They beat anybody.
can get it going.
The people in Philadelphia witnessed that game just prior to the All-Star break.
2 of the 3 we can understand. Porter forced it up to beat the shot clock and drained it. The 3 by Porter. Big time shot by Terry Porter. 104.99. You said, Steve, that he'd have to step forward in the absence of Drexler, and he has. Barkley, the skip pass across the top to Dawkins. Jaminski back to Charles. Barkley for Jaminski. He fires from outside, and that's good. 104-101, 2:14 left. Now defensively, you got to stop him. Porter. They showed double. Now they back off. Wide open Kersey. No. Rebound. Buck Williams over the back of Mike Jaminski. And the foul is on Buck Williams. And a timeout taken. Minute 57 left. 104-101. The Trailblazers with the lead, and we'll be right back. 17 of his 27 have come since Drexler left.
Well, we knew he was the one that was going to have to step forward.
So he had 10 points when Drexler departed. And since then, he has reeled off 17. Mike Jaminski at the free throw line. And makes the first. 104-102. Now Michael can draw the Sixers to within 1 with a minute 57 remaining. We've got a 1-point game as Porter, Robinson, Kersey, Williams, and Young go to work for the Blazers. Kersey against Barkley. Stripped by Charles. Now the Sixers can take the lead. Dawkins shoveled to Charles. He didn't see Kersey coming from behind. It's out of bounds. Gonna belong to the Blazers, and I think the Sixers might have been better served to have just pulled it up.
Pulled it up, set up a good play, and try to get a good shot. And
Kersey did a great job of hustling back and breaking up the play. Here's the feed in the lane to Kersey, and he tries to go up on a foul. A minute 25 left, and Kersey is going to be at the free throw line. So the Sixers, after a great poke and a steal, as Charles poked the ball loose and Dawkins ran it up and tried to give it back to Charles. This man, Kersey, broke it up and misses the free throw here, so it's still a 1-point game.
Well, it really wasn't a bad foul as Kersey gets into the paint area close to the bucket. Probably would have scored on the shot. He was fouled. He missed the first one. Makes the second one. He's only a 65% free throw shooter, so that was actually a good foul for the 76ers, and now they have a chance to tie this ball game up at 105 apiece.
Dawkins, and now Hawkins, and that bounces off the foot of Porter, and a new 24. So a new 24 for the Trailblazers, or rather for the Sixers, as Charles will inbound. Dawkins. Sixers at the perimeter. Barkley, double. Jaminski swung quickly. Dawkins wide open. Hersey fires. Kaboom! Down the well. Hersey drained it baseline right.
Well,
now the Sixers lead by 1 on the 3 by Hersey. Now the crowd finally comes to life, and a block foul on Charles Barkley as he got Porter out front.
That's 4 on Charles, and Porter will go to the line to shoot 2.
50 and 6/10 seconds left. Good call. Charles was moving.
It was a good call. Charles was about a half a step too late getting out there, tried to double team and Terry Porter.
And here's the man for Portland. He's 7 for 7 from the line.
So he's due for a miss. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. On the way. He's just not due that time. That particular shot he wasn't due on.
make it 8 for 8. He's 90% free throw shooter, so you very seldom see him miss.
106. 50 and 6/10 seconds left. Porter makes 2. And it's a 1-point Blazer lead as the Sixers bring it up. But this is how these 5 games are going to go on the road. You won't want to miss any of them. It's on to Utah for the Jazz tomorrow night. But this one's still winnable here. Charles, 37 seconds. Kaminsky, they swing it again. Dawkins spinning and twisting, scooping and missing. His own rebound, back up and good.
Boy, that was a huge basket. Unbelievable.
And Rick Edelman is furious as he can't believe the defensive rebound, and they have done that well tonight. So the Sixers want to be sure to check off.
Rick Edelman has put Duckworth back into the game. Obviously, one more scoring threat.
Charles near steal. He battled with Kersey, and they're going to give the ball to Portland.
Charles comes over. It's that close.
Well, it's not exactly what he said.
No, but you get the idea.
Enough, yeah. He was very close to stealing that, and that would have sealed it, or just about sealed it. 28 and 1/10 seconds left. Williams to pull the trigger, sideline left. Porter, there's the double. They showed it at the top. Porter down the lane, and a whistle, and an offensive foul, or what? Nope.
No.
It's a bump on Hersey. Boy, the first indication by Bennett Salvatore looked like he was saying offensive foul.
Take a look, Terry Porter. An excellent
crossover.
move. Oh, excellent crossovers. He's able to get into the paint.
Oh, there was the bump.
Yeah. Hawk about a step too late getting in there.
If not, he would have gone careening, I think, right into Mahorn, who was planted.
Yeah. So Cooper's now into the ball game for defensive purposes. Duckworth goes out.
So we'll see that every stoppage. As Duckworth for offense, Cooper for defense. Porter at the free throw line, his club down by 1. He has 21 points this half. And he is perfect at the free throw line. And still perfect. We're tied at 108. 18 and 8/10 seconds, so there's going to be plenty of time for the Sixers, and they could use it all if they so elected, or if Jimmy so opted, as Porter, the last shot. Hersey with the jumper, and now the Sixers by 1. Out near the timeline as Rick Mahorn will contest the inbound pass. Young pops to the top. 1 dribble, 2, spins, twist, back to Porter. Porter runs, fires on the run, missed it, an air ball out of bounds. Sixers win. Sixers win 110-109. Good defense down the stretch, and especially on that last play, 110-109. The Sixers defeat the Trailblazers. They stretch their winning streak to 3 games, but forget that. The most important thing is they're now 1-0 on this road trip and become only the 4th team to defeat the Portland Trailblazers here at Memorial Coliseum in Portland this season, and we'll be right back.
Trailblazers, who made a courageous effort to pull this one out without Clyde Drexler, who went down with a sprained ankle with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd period. They got the ball to Terry Porter, and you'll see the defense react. Porter never really got a chance to set and take the shot that he wanted to take, and they knew that that ball was going to have to come from outside or off the dribble. They didn't allow the penetration. You see the clock expire as we take a look back at some of the game highlights and how the game set up. Portland started off shooting the ball extremely well, as did the Philadelphia 76ers. They were able to get enough space and time to get good looks at the basket. Hersey Hawkins showing that he can be a guy that can penetrate and take the ball to the hoop with a little crossover move. He attacked. Hawkins right there thought he really had a good opportunity to score. He misses, and that allows Terry Porter to come back with an aggressive drive of his own in the 3rd period of play to try to get Portland's running game back on track. Portland is always looking for a chance to score and score quickly, and you'll see in trying to do so, this is where Drexler goes down. A long pass and an exchange between Drexler and Kersey. He gets tied up as he goes by. His feet get tied up with Mike Jaminski, and that's the difference in the ball game for the Trailblazers. When they lose Drexler, they lose that extra dimension. Sixers with a hard push, and Johnny Dawkins on the scoring end of that play. Whenever Portland's really had some success, it's been because Terry Porter has made something happen for them at the offensive end. And realizing that he was going to have to score the ball, he really started to be more aggressive in attacking the defense of the Philadelphia 76ers. Just came down that the Sixers kept their main weapon, Charles Barkley, alive and well. Even though he ended up getting in foul trouble with 5, he was there at the end of the game. Porter for a three-pointer. It looked like that would be, again, enough breathing room to get Portland out of here with the victory. But the 76ers had an answer. Good ball movement, and at the basket, the wrong guy. Charles Barkley thunders it home. Johnny Dawkins very quickly up to Derek Smith to end the third period of play with 9/10 of a second. They always kept good pressure on Portland. They had a lot of people come in. Anderson, who had been their big fireman off the bench, didn't get going until the third period of fourth period of play, where he had 8 early points to get Philadelphia close. Drazen Petrovic with his only field goal, a 3-point field goal in the fourth period of play. Cliff Robinson going strong to the hoop, can't get it to go, but Wayne Cooper with the catch and drop. The only scoring attempt in the fourth period for Wayne Cooper. Now you notice how many times Charles Barkley has his hands on the ball in this highlight, so that means that they're going through Barkley with every opportunity. He finds Rick Mahorn at the hoop. Duckworth comes back and answers for the Trailblazers. Porter, another 3-point opportunity for Terry against the shot clock that time. The Trailblazers really didn't get enough balance down the stretch in their scoring, and that's been one of their keys against their opponents here of late. Such tremendous balance and someone always stepping to the front. They don't really have to ride one player's shoulder, but tonight it seemed to break down. As Hawkins, who had missed that shot 4 or 5 times earlier, finally got that 3-point field goal to go in. Johnny Dawkins against the defense, misses but chases and puts it back in. That gave him the 1-point advantage and put the pressure on Portland. Portland came back with Terry Porter to go ahead with a drive on the field goal. You'll see Barkley set up Percy Hawkins coming across the middle to give him the go-ahead field goal.
Tough shot, and of course that's what set up the very final play, and Terry Porter's miss. Philadelphia wins it by 1. Our center court guest,
The shot will fall.
8 points.